These are stacked up and it might be dropping at a moment's notice. It's all quiet for now, but it's going to get explosive soon enough. There it is, stuns ricocheting off the back of it. And the pistols need to be well trained and aimed at these corners. The util, impeccable stuff. Another one, why not? Throw it down at the feet just to temper that aggression at G2, but they have evened it out into a 2v2. Almost immediately at that, but still it's all Trent.
That's nice from Trent, actually, just holding that angle for a little bit longer.
Diligence here, making sure that they clear all the angles.
Spike plant.
Now the plant finally down as well, but Tex has got one hell of a meal in front of him. A 1v2. Not much util to his name. Single flash. Might not even want to use it, might just want to keep the gun out entirely. And a pretty standard affair from G2, doubled up. Looks like a high-low, active over towards that tree side, and as soon as signs of life spotted Tex, just needs to get a one, but the bullets need to be good on his side. Classic in hand is a tough job. Horn towards his
breaking it, just to make sure that MIBR would be able to put pressure in that direction.
What is that?
Jawg was not expecting the wall to be there for starters, and aspas behind it, super confident. They thought the wall was over towards C again.
Cleaned him up in a moment's notice, but it goes both ways. Is that just blind fire through the smoke? Yes, it is.
All right, fair enough.
Okay, aspas gone. Tex now. Next up, there's no wall to give him that timing, but he takes the peek anyway. That's instinctual from him. Have a chance to re-peek. Potentially there. Difficult fights on offer, but Tex is still confident for it.
That's lovely.
Coming out swinging, and Zekken now, he spotted out where the last you are, but that is not the gun for the job at hand, BABYBAY. Level of awareness, he's just spotted it out wide, almost going down, shredded down to 14, but he's managed to crack open a bit of a section of this map over towards A now.
Yeah, an intelligent way for BABYBAY to take the fight, backing up as far as he could from the angle so the judge is less favored. He gets to see Zekken before Zekken can see him as well. A chance here, there is still a chance.
You've got to get a move on, but you've got to also hold this one off because the bullets are rattling down on your heads. There's 12 seconds remaining, the C's is lightning fast. Mazino is ensuring that he puts a stop to it.
Are MIBR going to fight this?
They're trying to get proactive ahead of this setup that could potentially be it. What is the util? Just a flash to play off and barely able to get the rifle under control. Just the one for Verno before he's traded out. Firefight's going away at G2.
It did actually catch G2 off guard a little bit, but the rifling was just wonky from MIBR.
Nade rebounding. There's only 27 seconds left into this one. Jawg trying to play his team back in, but straight for it out. Whoa, jawgemo!
They didn't even see him.
He's active! Locked in, but eventually shut down. Tex, though, again, a hell of a task for him in a 1v3. Late to the party. Already with that forward and contact up as much as they possibly can, but look at it activate now. There's only 20 seconds remaining. The paranoia saved for a situation like this. MIBR, though, not deterred, swinging straight into the wall. Seconds there to trade it out. Showstopper! aspas is there. Just collect the one kill, needs to get the rest of his team in, and time is of the essence. G2, they're going to get his plant down, but it's just Trent. One man alone and a tap in time. Quick reaction, but they are looking to get slowed down by this vice setup. Tex is there, has thorns, will want to dead them. All up in their face, door closing into their face. Tex just needs to hold on to that backside control. Ensure that his team can get back in nicely here. These are ult expended.
That's a nice harbor ult position to leave it in.
The wall's going to be causing issues, but a quick hop up towards that high ground box. Back down again. This is ult's being expended again with the nightfall scattering across. Steel Garden looking to take away some of these guns. The time again, but that overdrive, that's not going to be removed out of the grips of Zekken. He's going to use it to light them up and see if he can pave a bit of a way to victory. Wide swing and Zekken! Quick evacuation out of main, and the decision is made to go over towards the B site, but Thorn's removed. G2 though, they've got that firepower, the weapons, rifles, all trained on the right places. Crack open the B site, two-player advantage towards them. Plan can go down with safety in numbers. Watching for any sort of tomfoolery, Tex and Zekken. How the hell do you fight your way out of this one? The angle's watched. Smoke's propped up, and there's a shorty. Good awareness from Jawg.
Tex is just looking to hold on to the rifle at this point, isn't he? Looking to back it all the way up.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful round called by valyn there. I thought they were going for the B fake into the C pivot.
Oh, no, it's a little bit too high for him.
Yeah, that's risky. It's
specifically a lot to account for.
Yeah, it's so tough.
Triple face! Oh my!
Oh, they knew.
You'll be listening to the comments at a moment like that. Mazino, just the one before the trade is online. G2 barrel over these A players. The entirety of the site now theirs. Fast and loose, though, is the approach from MIBR. They want to try and take this one with risks in mind. That's how you even the scales.
It's a great stun. Pressure from behind onto valyn. He had a prowler in front and a stun behind. Nothing he could do.
33. Mindful now committed. Cuts away to sound cues. Verno's not going to be able to hear too much, but again, the shots are still there, and he's found the slightest of gaps to play around with BABYBAY down and out. This is G2 with their backs pressed against the wall. It's awkward positions in terms of the anchor. Planted out wide against it, and they're just spotting back in the heads from a couple of these players. All called out to comms. Clean now leaves position noted. One man and a 1v2. What can he do in a spot like this? Verno sticking already. The onus on Leaf, and zekken hold. Space was taken so early on, and the prowler does connect. So pretty critical stuff. Ult's going to be used just to see if they can clear this one out. Spam onto the corner. Verno, he was looking to see if he can offset something. Yeah.
Bring them down.
Playing retake B as well to try to dodge this vice ult from BABYBAY.
Deep ult now. All the ult's going to be expended, at least with that steel garden. Clears the way over towards B. Nade to buy a bit of time. Aspas. One more kill. He will get that showstopper online, but his position, it's not ideal. He's just looking for a chance to just get involved. There's walls in your face. Slipping in through the back. Mazino is caught. Flanks accounted for. BABYBAY has his eye on it.
This is a massive 1v1 on the flank here. If Tex wins it, he gets vice ult.
Vitally important if the kills go his way. Aspas has an ult turned up, but he's 17 HP. And the ult, oh my! Showstopper rebounds against the floor, finds his way forwards, but Tex is dropped anyway. Zekken, when it rings, overdrive is there, but 7 HP. Surely not. How can he do it? Time running short. Ready for the re-peak. Sees the signs of life though. Switch has flipped. Thorns will delay. Potential to get G2 in position. There's a 3-player flank as well occurring. A lot of pressure now going to be onto Tex, but what can you do with just that Sheriff? Turns out quite a lot. There's one kill there. Make it 2. That is filthy work.
jawgemo just flew into the bullet.
Quick little jump spot. Gets the acknowledgement that Mazino was looking for. Not waiting for it though. Stun waited out. Ricochets for now. Needs to be dealt with, and it is indeed. The horn broken. Wall is making it awkward here. It really changes the dynamic of this side, but aggression still seems to be the name of the game. MIBR not content to sit back. They want to see if they can take this one. Crossing off names on the server, but Trent, no more bullets. Has to commit to the reload. Time is ticking. And again, the onus on him. He's got to push forwards here. No more time left to play for in a round like this. MIBR seal it up. Pistol lying in wait over towards B, but the door flipped open. Looking to see if he can gain some space over towards the C side. The Thorns detted. BABYBAY looking to play his life.
Still a slide available for zekken here and a judge in hand.
Could do some damage.
Potential for chaos.
Yeah, and it looks like they want to fight even further forwards. Why not? Risks to be taken in a round like this. It's a bonus round. Might as well go for it, but a loss through the wall on either side here. zekken does have chances, opportunities potentially with that judge, but again, it's just backs against the wall. G2, you know they're going to be playing this disciplined style.
Spike.
Not going to let anything slip, but zekken strikes when the iron's hot. Found that slightest of window opportunities and even picks up an upgrade in the process, but jawgemo right from behind. Unanticipated, unexpected, and looks to be that insurance policy. Eventually cleaning up Mazino, but zekken's still a player in his own right. Looking to see if he can really take over. It's 3 in a round, he's healthy, he's got that rifle and plenty more bullets. Damage done, ISOing the fight, and Ace is available. Ready and waiting for the take. Leaf waiting, judge in hand. He could do some serious damage with this one. Prowler forward, stun over the shoulder. Zekken's there, but even out. Horn dealt with on top of it. Trying to follow the sound cues, but not realizing the Tex has already inserted himself. He's found that lurk position. Jorg trying to get ahead of that. Sliding straight through it, and this guy is active as anything still. MIBR. Slam the door shut in their faces, now looking for that pivot option. Quick rotation and even faster plays on top of it. Valyn, it's not letting them really get away with a thing.
Let's try to play
close break. Break.
We're gonna split B.
In B. I have the pivot.
Have it with the shotgun. Have it with the shotgun.
I can ult.
Okay, I can ult.
In the heaven. Gap. Fatal thing. I'm gonna fatal thing early. One in heaven smoke.
Should be Neon. I can stun it for you guys.
I'm gonna ult into break. We gotta retake. We should go quick.
Stun it early.
Hell.
Still pit.
From B.
Pit. Nice.
Break with shock. Break in B.
From B left side and break.
I'm gonna look for break kill.
He's gun, he's facing.
Cover the bomb. You're getting grabbed.
He ran away.
Have it.
Yeah,
wait,
break.
break.
I heard him break.
Break. Double swing.
Wait, 3.
I'm just on.
Hard. Face.
Nice!
Time one round at a time. Very aggressive though. Off the rip here, it's a response to the util. Paranoia jogs forwards with that judge in hand, and he's skipping, hopping, taking the liberties with it now, and just trying to avoid
Go down in a spot. Looking to just play this one as slowly as possible.
Yeah. Looking to see if they can contact their way in, but not quite. Mazino's got that paranoia off the contact, catching the players. TP accounted for. Mazino.
Almost a prediction name there.
He's locked in. Knows exactly where these players are lying in wait as they look to retreat out of the side. It's G2 who've been cut to pieces.
And they know that Tex is lurking around somewhere behind too, so G2 have got to either up the pace really fast before Tex can get into position, or constantly be worried about their backs.
Still Garden, ult's expended.
It's not great.
It's not great as a pocket to play in, and that means the rifles remain intact. Util's going to be swatted down out of their faces, and wall up to see if G2 can play in towards it. TP, Mazino barely getting out of dodge, barely alive, but it comes down to the sharper shooting and sharper aim at that, collecting it.
The buy is so bad.
Yeah, the aspas ult is one thing, zekken over judge is another. Deep TP, unaccounted for, not broken. Mazino gets all that space towards back sight. Deep push, it's reactive plays. Texas making sure to account for it with Leaf dropped. He's cut out the picture now. Spike handed over. Planted. For G2, this round means everything, but they don't even have the weapons to do it. Gotta hope that mistakes are made. MIBR offer themselves up. As it stands, it's a stalwart defense. Line now. They've got those ults waiting, ready. Overdrive is popped just to see if they can show a bit of chaos. Damage is being done. Showstopper avoided. Jorg with that bucky. It's one kill. Barely there with a second. It's damage done, but unfortunately, it might just be done. BABYBAY can.
But the question is, can aspas get there to help Tex in time?
No playing off of it. Jorg is separated, isolated. Players are starting to get a bit of a move on now. The nade as well rebounds and pushes them back out into the extremities. MIBR looking to contain. There will be a retake from them.
Doesn't look like a retake comp particularly, but they feel fairly happy doing it, I guess. No paranoia to work with, but they've got a stun for zekken and a horn for Verno.
You could see the pace turned up very quickly at that. As you said, the util's been layered down. This is a defense that G2 are looking to try and hold on to, at least onto this side. The bodies starting to come out now, swinging wide, taking the fights together, and that's where MIBR are going to be thriving here. Aim needs to be good. Tex is just lighting them up at this point. The pull baited out nice and early in his crossfire setup, accounted for, skipping, hopping, and twirling in the air. It leaves it all down to Leaf. It's 100 HP, damage done to Tex. Backside does have the wall still, and it hasn't been triggered. Now finally there, Jorg is just trying to find a way to play his team back in, but he is completely separated. And zekken is there responding off of that.
Continues what the theory looks like. But right now, Verno and Mazino set up to destroy them.
What is that? It's a crossfire setup. Bullets are rattling on either side here, but that's a spike drop down into the laps of MIBR. No time to work with for BABYBAY. So, failed attempt at a force. That is going to be cutting the economy back quite a degree for G2. Plays over towards A, but MIBR been so good with these setups. Again, look at Tex. He's moved a lot of his util. He's already deaded it nice and early. Off the back of that pressure from that util. The wall. It's cheeky. Maybe deaded, potentially splitting them up. Jawgemo over the top. That's the judge in his hands. Quick work. Mazino is going to be sent straight back to that spectator's seat. It's an opening kill advantage now to G2. Look to slow things down once more.
Yeah, now that the wall is broken, MIBR are actually missing a lot of information. Aspas is stuck.
Yeah, he's caught in the corner and needs some sort of bailout, but I don't think he's going to be able to get it. There was util waiting. BABYBAY just offers himself up anyway. Looks to see if he can take that kill. Tex lying there, but BABYBAY sharp. Make sure to dismiss it. Here with the drop down. This is just ridiculous.
Using the ropes to glide around there.
Go, go, go.
Having fun with it at this point. zekken, not much you can do with it. Potentially more just to get the hell out. Prowler broken.
It makes it feel like there's more people here.
Exactly. It's so bold. They're thinking, why the hell would there be just one? But still G2. They activate. Cracking open the angles up towards heaven, and now that puts the pressure onto Verno. Finds his one, but eventually traded. Caught between a rock and a hard place and knives out. Jawgemo's way ahead of it. Timing's unaccounted for, with zekken now going to be dropped. Tex has to look back in dismay as the round has just unraveled.
Yeah, I don't really know what MIBR were cooking with this defensive setup. I think it just left way too much on Verno's plate. They also hard contested B Heaven off the back of a single raise nade that didn't actually put too much pressure on G2. G2 got fed 2 easy kills up there at B Heaven. It didn't honestly matter how.
Question marks, but it goes on either side. Pure contacting. They hear an abundance of this Vice util. The wall up as well, causing issues, but jawgemo just slips to the side, and Tex, he just got a glimpse, but he made sure to make the most of it. The deep TP into the back. I mean, Leaf, not even a TP, he's just sprinted forwards and around, and he's broken the angles a second. None the wiser. G2 already snapping to the side. A lot of damage done with those pellets, but this is pure anarchy. And it's MIBR looking to see if they can piece and peer through the fog.
It's a 3v3, and there's a Vice wall up at the top of A Heaven here, so Tex knows that they can't be deep.
Tex trying to go for that one, just gets the one before the trade is intact, and now it's a 2v2.
Whichever direction G2 go, it's going to put pressure on Aspas or Verno. One of them's got to be the hero. And BABYBAY's op sings out again for the second time on a very similar angle.
G2 perfectly happy to pressure a lot, cut noise, wait for the fight to come to them, wait for the reaction of MIBR. But Verno, a lot on his plate. Chance for the timing. He's adjusting the aim a little bit with the movement there. Now just making sure that he's not that easy target. Nightfall, Prowler, all going to be used. BABYBAY isolated near sighted, but he has that shorty. Trent's going to go for the plant. Time pressure. Hard commits to it. BABYBAY jiggling, feeling uncertain. Verno looking for it now to seize. Lay it down at his feet. He just needs his kill, and he needs it now. Lighting him up. Highlighted. Losing into the 1v1, but that is a rapid reposition, and I think it's unaccounted for.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Trent playing into the main angle. Plant might not even be for him. 5 bullets.
He's tried to fake like he's dropped as well, and Trent is not buying it.
Still holding on to that space and time. Really starting to mount. The pressure's there. Verno's running out of outs. Got to make moves now because this is it. Got the chopping blocking around like this. Got to go for the whole stick. Here's the footstep. Flash and a peek. Tex. Be careful about it. Util's being handled and accounted for. It's a good bait at a wall. Leaf even managed to pick up, react, make moves, and now going into a bit of an A split. There's a lot of space here for BABYBAY. Not too sure if he's aware of the fact that they do have 2 players anchoring towards the side, but now spotting them and elbow towards it. That's so much damage. That second overdrive was unleashed in his hands, but he was low as anything. Will be put back to rest. 2v4.
valyn deleted Mazino in the midst of all of that.
Spike
And now
planted.
Aspas got to make something happen. Doesn't realize his back is open to Leaf.
Yeah. Leaf doesn't even have to strike at this timing. Playing this position, he's the insurance policy. Doesn't want to show himself, doesn't want to give it up just yet. Just making it so damn uncertain. That is snappy stuff. Potentially a jump scare here from G2, looking to see if they can fly forwards though, and there will be nothing to stop them. No semblance of the util. jawgemo. jawgemo not turning around. He's got a lot of space, but spam down, and that's just off the radar. He spotted where he was on the mini-map, but all from that pressure. Tex towards the back again.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic information from Verno.
Nice setup once more. Not just that, plenty of players waiting in the wings.
It's a bit of an awkward wall to try to bait out, but they've been doing a good job with it.
Smoke gets them into the
30
pocket
seconds
area.
left.
Seconds holding to one side of this. Gonna be waiting for it to dissipate, and as it does, looking to see if they can strike. G2 waiting, biding their time for now, but now the flash and the peek and the spray down from Tex. So as an operator, this is just blind fire straight through the smokes. valyn getting the better of zekken. Looking to hold down an area towards this. The thorns are going to be broken. Smoke's propped up. Prowler. Aspas forced to rattle off a shot, so warning them. And that is a cheeky play.
Yeah, he's going for the Forsaken push.
Yeah, seen that one before.
Verno gets caught dead to rights.
Someone have to play off the back of this. This is a showstopper now going to be used, expended, looking to see if he can find that target. Jawg is down. With a counter around like this. Fake pressure on fake pressure, but another ult is lying in wait with that steel garden. Slight pocket. Narrowly avoided, sidestepped for now, but the wall is a bit of a greater risk. It goes up both ways though with that steel garden. It's enough, it buys a lot of time. Even for that Cosmic Divide to dissipate. G2 once again call for the pause, but MIBR trying to get ahead of it. All grouped up, 3 players looking to strike, but Aspas has only got an op to make this. It's an aggro play. Risky business, and these players are so damn unaware. Cove activated hard and now, but now we'll see what they can do as it dissipates soon enough. 30 seconds, noise is being made, and now it is. Blinded fires, crossfire set up, MIBR! They take control of the situation. BABYBAY's got so much to do for him. He's been whittled down to 36 health. Not the most to deal with. Offer's going to be spotted and heard out, and how's that overdrive now going to be used? Nightfall, we can see if he can sidestep it, but it is going to get that tag. Collecting onto a multitude, overwhelming these anchoring players. Mazino is going to be done and finished. Zekken trying to play the rest of his team in, but might not even need it now. It's taken over control over towards that ramp area fully in the hands of MIBR. They have that heaven angle, and now putting and applying the squeeze entirely. It is picture perfect. The retake protocols online and the aim even truer. Valyn and Trent have got a lot to do from this spot. Backs to the walls, rocks and a half lane.
They've given up on that game plan though.
All the way forwards though, Zekken looking to see if he can play his team all the way in. Valyn receives all that danger and more. Lights up the opposition. Mazino, not to be outdone, not to be outshone, and now we're seeing him already find a lot of space, but the spike is out of reach.
Yeah, good discipline from Trent. Completely resetting out of this fight.
Yeah.
They aren't actually contesting the spike pickup though, apart from Leaf.
Leaf is hopping across, looking to see if he can get a bit of more information. Shots are fired, so now gets that acknowledgement. Mazino has got to try and piece this together bit by bit, but I'm fading away.
It's a robbery.
Yeah, he does pick up the spike just right beneath their noses, and now we're seeing him see it's a bit of a mad dash, a scramble to see if they can ISO where this.
No. jawgemo's going to get the pick of the elbow before the flash. No, it blinded jawgemo.
It did indeed, but still, it's going to be going both ways, and overloaded the util to see if they can account for it, but this is two players now caught into a corner. MIBR, see what they can do, swing out off the back of the horn, a lot of pressure and a lot of damage. 10 HP, Zekken looking to see if he can just jump onto the heels of it. He is traded out. Trent just with the stinger, but the fight's coming to him. Tex looks in his face. And at this point, calculating, should I even go for this? Players are weak, but a rifle might be even better.
Got it. Pulling damage.
Just looking to do damage.
Yeah, looking to do damage. Time. Pressing up against them here. No real way for Leaf to win this
Early
one.
aggression's going to make MIBR scared.
Brave from Mazino. Looking to see if he can square up to a lot of this.
Obscuring vision.
Neon close B.
They're up down today.
Yeah, we have 4 Haven. Take Haven.
Yo, it's
take
Vies.
Haven.
It's
Take
Vies
Haven.
today, guys. It's Vies today.
You're 4 Haven.
Yep. Yo, splitting the Vies to spawn is insane.
Yeah, we're splitting Vies to spawn.
He's already close. That was an up-down guy.
Yeah. Okay.
It's only 2. It's Astra, Vice here. They're gonna go
Neon
bunker
B,
site.
Neon
They're gonna
B.
bunker site right now.
We can end this.
I'm gonna swing lower.
Yeah.
They're doing mid.
They're not facing. I'm contacting.
Yeah, bomber.
You want to smoke there, Verno, on you?
Yeah, can you get
There.
smoke?
Yeah.
Can you guys pressure? Maybe Atmas gets a kill.
They're pressuring now. One spawn.
No idea where's the A player. I have already.
Map and spawn. Spawn.
Oh, they have no spawn info. They have no spawn info.
Yeah.
I'm stuck in spawn.
One site, one spawn. Nading map.
Back, map still.
You're solo aspas now?
Spike carrier
Two of it,
down.
two of it.
30 seconds left.
You want man, you want
Down
man.
A.
Nice.
Last player.
Because now you know, coming out of attack timeout, there is a 0% chance that Fraud has called for a site pop.
jawgemo. It's going to be cleaned up. It's an instant response. Aspas.
Pressure onto Tex.
Never reclear though. Tex might be sorely disappointed. Yeah. That has to be clean. Put it together here. Mazino's been left behind.
Goodbye, Mazino.
Yeah, luckily the spike in the hands of Aspas.
And he will have a showstopper if he plants. So a safe plant,
30
guaranteeing
seconds
that the
left.
spike gets down and the ult gets up.
There's win cons.
Ult's ready.
Definitely win cons here for MIBR. Looking to get ingrained in these positions. Tight looking up towards heaven there. There's Zekken. Looking to see if he can put a stop to it. The ult just skips straight past him, so he's not going to be blinded up here, and he could be the playmaker here and now. Here in a drop down, looking to activate that showstopper, buying a bit of time. This is G2 that can't afford to play into this one. They're going to let that fuse drop, and eventually the rocket flies forwards. That will give them the right time now to strike forward, press the advantage, but they're already being faced. MIBR, they're not letting anything said and done. This is fights
He
taken.
knows that they are going to be jump peeking that wall, so he is trying to punish them.
There it is. Thorns are going to be dead nice and early, seeing if he can diffuse a lot of this pressure. Zekken's already. The stun from long range. That is supportive util from Jorg. Calling for the pause though. Now MIBR going to look to get a bit more of a move on. Valyn from that long range sightline still. This is MIBR looking to take it by storm. All together now. Valyn stunned up in towards the back. The haunt is big, looking for that peek off of it, but Trent too much to get through, especially with that Cosmic Divide. Just seeing a glimpse of the player. Takes with the movement. Leaves it uncertain in the hands of Leaf. BABYBAY's forward, steps up to the challenge and the mark. To work with, but are worried about walking and wading into a trap. G2 on the weaker buy, and that Bucky is his prime again. How is that not a kill? What? Aspas barely alive is going to be limping away from that one at 10 HP, and Tex rejoining the rest of the pack. Stall util going to be expended. It's all going to be down to Leaf. BABYBAY out towards the back. He has that rifle. What is that? Dropping down. Fade away with the Bucky in hand still. It should be all managed.
Verno's taken a long time to get the plant down here. He's worried that he's going to get pushed.
He's hoping that somebody else will take up residency in the smoke before he goes.
Yeah, he's calling for Mazino.
Yeah.
Gets that help, but he also buys him time for G2 to get into good position.
It's not a great plan. Spot.
Hello!
Hello! Bandit! None the wiser! These shots are starting to hurt. Bullets for the wall. They might be. C's missing off to the side. The horn is going to be accounted for and broken by valyn running over them now. Mazino!
Just banking on the fact that MIBR aren't going to go there.
Oh, steadily walking forwards. It's a recall star. Yes, it is. But Verno, more than ready. And already just sending it straight up the gut through heaven. Zekken's not worried about putting his body on the line, but it's so fast and rapid, nobody can play off the back of this. Trent, we're going to put a stop to it. To pull, a lot of util expended, but Verno's still the man of the hour. Mazino just slips his way through, found the weak spots. Just like that, blink of an eye, it leaves it down to BABYBAY, but he's no... Trent flashing a peek, and he's going to be no more. Lit up from behind the
out of these Buckies in weird positions over towards this side of the map.
This angle. Hello. Put it out, spotted out into the side, into the corner, and Jorg, he was hoping that at least one of these players would be stunned up.
Yeah, not a great stun from Jorg, that one.
Maybe now with that rifle in hand.
Really?
He's going to be looking to expend the ults. He's thinking about it. Steel Garden flying into the back pocket, but he might be able to pick them apart regardless. They're looking to evacuate and make their way over towards B.
Yeah, and there's just nobody home, is there? G2 have left a massive gap in their defense. And thankfully, the player with the spike got past the vice wall.
valyn, he's so damn fast here. So damn fast! Unaccounted for. Picked up the rifle, but lit up anyway by that horn. It's aspas who responds straight from behind. It's a bit of a backstab. Leaf and BABYBAY 2v2, and now the ults are expended this time for real. BABYBAY hard commits it, but the time is of the essence, and does he anticipate this? BABYBAY versus aspas. Trying to take that timing. It's aspas who is accounted for. Now just down to Zekken, 15 health. Barely anything at all.
Great fake flash.
One bullet will bring him down, but he's got to do it from this spot. Time pressure mounting. G2 know that they have to get a bit of a move on. Leaf and BABYBAY trying to clear all of this, but too much to really account for. Plant. It's in a safe tucked position. It can be watched for and accounted for. BABYBAY will stick it, knowing that there's safety in numbers. And that watch for could be quickly overwhelmed here at a moment's notice. B main control called for by G2, looking for a contact play and a stun on top of it. Aspas, crazy entry. Has an ult to use as well, potential to expend, and now might be the right time to use it as ults are being fired forwards on either side. Nightfall pushing MIBR forwards, and Tex happy to take liberties with his positioning in space. Leaves it down to Leaf. Anchor spot, damage done. Zekken plays the rest of his team in nicely, beautifully in fact.
And that should be the round. MIBR with another lifeline in a 4v2. You cannot let spots like this fall away from you. Leaf had an opportunity to be the hero for G2. Now Jorg and Trent with a chance to close, and they have slipped through. Yeah, they have indeed, but it's a much better planned spot compared to last time. Up towards heaven. Mazino was not expecting that it could be a player deep towards that already. The wall up, Thorns deaded. Hold on. Jorg is half on a defuse. Not going to be sticking this all the way. At least pulls out these ults. Whoa! It's going to cut its way across, but MIBR all the way past this one and more. Deep space onto A. It's already going to be gathered up for them. Zekken is the one who's done the hard work. Cleared most of the way. G2 just didn't think MIBR were going to go for a sight pop.
No.
They haven't been doing those at all.
It's all in, and it comes down to the gunfights at this point. Steel Garden again. Overlaps up. The Harbor ult's going to be joining it now. Seeing if they can find a way to push their way forwards once more. It's a wall that cuts it up. A slight pocket is created to be able to play in, but time pressure starting to mount. Zekken's there, Judge in hand, and a bit of running gunning, why not? That's a perfect antidote towards it. Spray control intact from Mazino. G2 going to be broken here. G2 are doing a lot to try and cut this up, but this is awkward, isn't it? Look at this. Verno accounted for. valyn had his eye on it. As Verno the one forced to react, quick snap from behind, and aspas is not done just yet, but he's, again, twisting, turning, looking in different directions. This is just madness.
Yeah. I mean, the push down mid got them a decent amount of information, but then they overflank really hard, especially against a G2 team that was playing so slowly on their attack side. Maybe MIBR forgot exactly how valyn was calling these rounds, but the tempo was slow from G2. And this is just free. MIBR are going to gamble stack over towards A just in case valyn makes the wrong decision.
30 seconds
But
left.
this is going to be a hell of a retake if MIBR can pull it off.
Yeah, everybody has to play it on side with this. Like you said, it will be a hell of a retake because cards are stacked against MIBR right now in a 3v5. Unaccounted for is Leaf again, this backstab element. Safety in numbers, but Tech's okay, just takes a head clean off. That's one player accounted for. Leaf's normally that danger player. It's a big kill. Not too concerned with their backs anymore. They can put the full focus onto the site. BABYBAY tight towards it, but now he's going to be finished. No one to swing off the back of this one. Zekken to making moves, sliding, gliding straight to the side. And a time to see where the next level and layer of this is. Damage. Look at this guy looking around, and he's found the perfect timing.
Oh, it's devious.
The jiggle. It was just missed there. That was Trent possibly watching it. It's one hell of a timing to operate off of, and he's already making calls for the rest of his team. Accounted for Trent.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
makes up for it, doesn't he?
Macro game doesn't matter.
No, just shoot them. And valyn inserts himself once more. Prime position to do some damage here because they're going to be thinking that the site is still cleared. He's found potentially a perfect pocket to play and sidestep the C's. But Tex is going to be dishing out the damage. That was up towards mid, still aim well trained up onto this smoke, and it all comes down to this. Prowler spotted, spam through, and it's favored to MIBR. Very good discipline, slowing it down at the right moments.
G2 now asked to do the difficult, possibly the impossible.
Looking to see if they can take this one forwards now. It's a 3v4. Players are in the appropriate positions. The shots just need to land, and Leaf has already found one. Make it two. Jawgemo's by his side. Aspas now pressed into a corner. Forced to fight and batter his way out. Overexerting himself in the process because now Tex is left to do it. With 8 seconds remaining, it's just impossible. Toying with him.
Another player disadvantage. Retake over towards B to save things. And G2 draw level again at 30.
To sit into the util! Holy!
It doesn't get better!
And you're exactly right, Josh. Doesn't get much better than that. You want to see impact from the operator? There you go. With if you are G2, BABYBAY. Flash. William waiting to peek before it even goes off, and he's just more than ready for it. Nade. Already rebounding, already primed. The util is there to bail him out. You know where Baby is. You might as well use the ult. Why not? 19 seconds left, and fadeaway shot to this. Verno, a lot of pressure being made just by that one player alone. Contact is called for. MIBR looking to see if they can sneak their way past all of this util. Found out though. BABYBAY now forced to detonate most of it. The Thorns at their feet. It's MIBR in a really strange spot and position, but the wall does a lot to bail them out. Still, damage is done. And they haven't removed these ingrained players. Anchored towards the back. It's Leaf. Put it back against the wall. BABYBAY by his side. Zekken! Immediate shutdown. Jawgemo's finished off. Surely this has to be it. They need to account for these players. They're potentially lining up for him. Second. Just making a mockery of it now. But G2, they're not dead yet. Not done yet.
Looking to do a pop into Tex.
Now here it is. The walls are up in their face. This is going to be segmenting most of the site up, splitting it up for the taking. And with those Thorns down, it's Jawgemo ISO'd. Alongside that wall, there was no one to really help him in a spot like that.
We've talked a lot about the fact that MIBR can't run pops into G2, but I think the same applies in the other direction.
Yeah, trying to run it into the vice. I mean, you're slamming your head into a brick wall.
Yeah, it's so difficult for Jawgemo to do anything there. Oh, this is
Verno?
so aggressive from Verno,
If
man.
he goes down, he evens down. He's going to be taking a peek anyway, regardless! Feeling himself. Hot hand, and he takes it one step further. Sends his team into a 2v4. So there's a peaks. The damage surely already done. Shred of HP, the nade splits them up. valyn wants to see if he can step up. But surely softened, weakened to barely anything.
They know where both of these two players are. Extremity players of Tex and Mazino just taking this space, getting ready to set up on some devious off angles.
One bullet to the chest on both of these players. Do it, and there it is.
Fast here into B heaven, surely with the judge.
Over to take it now. It's a Prowler. Paves the way, at least a decent degree, but there's that high tide. Rips its way across now. This is going to be awkward to get through. Many layers towards it, but the util's going to be flying out on either side. Stuns on stuns. A lot of it now onto the back of these players, and it's all onto BABYBAY. This guy's being squeezed from multiple positions. There's no bailout waiting to receive. He needs help, and he needs it now. Long range with the smokes, looking to see if he can anchor a position here. Weather the storm. Batter down the hatches, but how do you overcome this? This is methodical from MIBR, and they are determined to put a stop to this, to put an end to it. Rounds like this, they are flattening G2, and finally slamming shut any opportunity for Leaf. He's going to open it.